Girlfriend left me for AP, but the real reason behind that is. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. September of this year would have made 10 years with GF. We have been together since college. We are the only people we have each been with for more than a few months. The only people we had each slept with. We have grown into adults together. Experienced all life has to offer, both good and bad. Last March, right before Corona hit, we sold our house and moved from a small town in a rural state to the suburbs of a much more populated state outside a major city for a promotion I got. She was hesitant to go, but we wanted to have new life experiences and see what living in a more populated area had to offer, so we went for it. When COVID hit, she couldn't find a job for months. She finally did, but was not happy with it. Her mental health declined, as I was working 6 and 7 days a week as a manager for an essential business during the pandemic. At the start of November, she said she had a mental breakdown at work and couldn't go back for a while. She then left for 8 nights unannounced and did not communicate much at all. Said she was staying with her one good work friend, but there were other people with them doing drugs. They were working on getting another friend into rehab. I was shocked and worried because this was not like her at all. She comes back for a week. Tries going back to work and can't even make it a full day. Quits. At this point she's apologizing, saying she needs to focus on her mental health. She has to get through this on her own. Needs some time and space. Ends up getting her own place without telling me. Moves out most of her stuff. The whole time I'm trying to support her, be there for her, give her space, whatever she needs. She keeps apologizing. I knew something was going on. A month later, one of her former coworkers FB messages me a picture of her and this guy taking a selfie. Says she's sorry, but I needed to know. Says they have been seeing each other since September. The guy is married with kids and his wife had cancer not long ago. Says he's also a recovering addict who relapsed at the start of the year. She finally calls and confesses the next day after I messaged her about it. Says they're in love. Her a 28F is in love with a 50M recovering, maybe married drug addict. He treats her right and takes care of her in ways I don't. He is almost certainly manipulating her. I think this all stems from the passing of her father in 2018 from his own cancer battle. She has never grieved and processed any of that trauma. She also has childhood trauma from her mother being a drug addict. Daddy issues, lots of trauma. Depression means she is an easy target for abuse and manipulation. We're obviously done for good, but I wanted to share my story because I feel that it is an unusual one and I am feeling alone in a place without friends or family to talk to right now. Update: I want to thank everyone for the support and kind words as well as the guidance. Most of you, even those younger, have more relationship experience than I do. Looking back, I've been enabling her and haven't seen it for so long. Many of you said this is just as much her fault as it is his, if not more. You are right. Mental illness, anxiety, depression are all valid, but don't make her actions okay. The coworker that contacted me said the wife and family know and are obviously very hurt. I am going to go for an STD test as well as seek therapy. Our lease was up after February, but the landlord had someone interested and said she would pay me back for the last month if I can leave, so I will be finding a new place ASAP. All password changed, joint accounts taken care of, credit was already frozen. I think I have everything covered as far as that goes. Last I knew, the not getting married question would come up. We have actually been engaged since 2016. Her father's cancer came back early 2017 and he died March 2018. She hasn't been in any headspace since to get married. We were planning again for 2020, but we moved and then COVID hit. I had my reservations about getting married before she fixed her mental health and anxiety issues, as well as her letting her physical fitness completely go downhill as well. I know now it wasn't ever going to get fixed with us together and me there for her. This is all a valuable experience and is for the best, as most of you have said. Thank you. Here are some best comments from our community. I'm 100% sure she will try reaching out after he eventually leaves. It did feel like 10 years was wasted at first, but I want try to remember the good times we had and the experiences we shared. I wouldn't forget any of it if you could take it all away. The first half of the relationship was really good. I'm sure I would feel different if I was older, or we were married, or had kids, but I don't like to live thinking in what ifs. Maybe in the context of this sub, but not always. I needed some space to work out some issues this fall, and it really was just me staying in a cabin in the woods alone with my dog for a week, letting go of a lot of negative energy. Just needed to not be around people for that kind of mental exercise/purge because otherwise it would have infected those around me, particularly my wife, and doing that wouldn't have helped anyone in the long run. Sadly, brother, your story isn't so rare. A lot of broken girls out there with daddy issues. Add the drinking and drugs, and the fact you don't have kids. There's nothing there to save, and hopefully you'll realize soon that you're better off to pass that problem off. This is oddly familiar. Sorry this happened to you. Breaking up is obviously the smart okay, and I hope you have the strength to stay away. You should think about therapy if you're hurting. When I found out about my ex-wife's affair, I needed that help. It was my therapist who got me to understand that my ex compartmentalized trauma and was somehow able to avoid the negativity and function fine. And if she made it into her 30s that way, it likely would never change. I see things in black or white. Moral or immoral. Right or wrong. Those gray areas are a struggle, and therapy helped me rationalize that. While I struggled to wonder how she could live with herself for being such a duplicitous person, the truth is it doesn't bother her all that much. It is what it is. You're better off without that kind of immoral person, and you'll find somebody that's a way better fit. Don't settle for less. Good luck. Bro, it's taught, but at this point you have to accept the fact that she isn't the girl you fell in love with. She has changed and just has too many issues, that even after all of this done with and she gets played, which she will, is not worth getting in a relationship. Like you said, she needs help, and you've done all you can and hoped. It's time for you to let her go and be done with her. If she makes up, there is no way that she's ready to date. She needs help, not a relationship. Here's what you do. Block her on everything. If you need to, be off of social media for the time being. It's severe, your relationship is over, and you need to accept it. Next, I recommend that you email/text her mother one last time. Thanking her for everything, but that's it, time for you to move on and start recovering. Ask her to be there when all hell gets lost with your GF and hope that she gets help for her mental issue. After you don't, that should be out of your life. Now it's up to you to do what you want of the app. You can't find his wife, but let her know. If you really would want that with her health issue, maybe tell a family member from her side and let them see what they would want. They'll probably hate him. You can also report him to work, which could also affect your GF jobs. Up to you. Good luck. Want to end all of this shit? Ghost and change numbers or block her. No explanation needed. Hate to generalize, but married men who have affairs are in it for sex 95% of the time. The women believe it's because of them. She'll find out in time, and it'll hit her like a ton of bricks. When it does, she'll reach out to you. You being available to her will tempt you to knight in shining armor her, but it's best that you allow her to fend for herself. She really just wants saved, not necessarily you. Nonetheless, your call, but your girl is his toy, nothing more. Choose not be the boyfriend of someone else's toy. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.